Hey guys, it's Comic Central here, and today I'm going to be asking the question whether the Alien sequel trilogy, also called the Prometheus Trilogy, was cinematically a good idea. Let's get into this. Prometheus was bashed by fans of the Alien franchise and the original movies and critics alike, despite it making over approximately $300 million at the box office, fans even calling it ridiculous nonsense. Alien Covenant, the sequel, made approximately $100 million at the box office, which is relatively low for one of these films, considering the budget was around $97 million. Myself, I didn't mind both the movies. That comment is going to get backlash, but let me just justify that for a minute. I watched both films a few years ago now, and my taste in movies, how much I've learnt about film, has expanded so much since then, so if I was to rewatch them with my present knowledge of film, then I most likely wouldn't like the films. I've switched from watching film as a source of entertainment, while still retaining elements of that. I now watch films as an art, not just for entertainment. That is a whole other topic though, so let's not go into it that much. Because Alien 3 and Resurrection are often looked down upon by fans, I will just stick mainly to talking about Alien and aliens for the purpose of this video. The first Alien movie is very similar to the original trilogy of Star Wars in its mysterious world building. What I mean by that is, the original trilogy left a lot of questions unanswered. I mean a lot of questions. For example, what is the Clone Wars? What are these weird things with massive foreheads doing, playing musical instruments on a sand planet doing? These questions made the films stick with audiences long after the film come out, and the extended lore, such as in the books and comics, expanded on this and kept fans interested. The prequels then came along and answered some questions that we wanted answered and others that we didn't want answered.
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form that resides within all living cells.
This is the same with Alien. There was a lot of questions that we wanted to have answered and lots that we wanted to not be answered. Some of these questions are, what is the space jockey? What is the alien and how did it come to be? We got some answers in the second Alien film and expanded a lot on the aliens themselves, adding their official name, Xenomorph, to the lore. But then the prequels came along, the Prometheus Trilogy. While many fans wanted to know what the alien is and how it came to be, we also didn't want the answers. While that may sound hypocritical, which it is also very true. We wanted these answers, but deep down, as much as no one was saying it, we didn't want these answers, and we would much rather theorize about these things rather than get proper answers. It's things like these that keep a fanbase alive and keep it thriving for years to come. It is things like this that kept the Marvel Cinematic Universe alive. Questions arose, theories followed. Once this was officially answered, they didn't stop, and brought a new question forward to replace it. The Prometheus Trilogy doesn't do this, at least not effectively. It answers a lot of questions without raising more, or questions that aren't handled well and are answered in just the next movie, or even in the same movie that they were handled. Of course, some questions do exist, but they're not nearly as intriguing because the treatment they're giving on screen isn't to a cinematic level like they were in the first couple of Alien movies. I don't actually blame this on the director, Ridley Scott, or any of the writers. They did the best they could, and I think if the studio backed down and let Ridley make the films he wants to make and make them his way without making them cash grabs, would be a lot better off. Back in the time Alien was made was a time when filmmakers were making the films the way they wanted, such as Alien and such as Predator, to name just two related examples. In the end, these films aren't going to stop, and a lot of films and franchises have been changed a lot by the choices of studios that essentially care only about money and not about the films that came before them or the fan base. But then again, we always have the original films to look back and marvel at.